the spa. Yeah, people that work in the spa. I have a great spa, one of the best spas in the world at Mar-a-Lago, and people were taken out of the spa.
Oh my God, I've never seen this before. Holy shit.
He's saying he knew about people complaining about this? Hold on.
Holy
Did he just
shit.
say that? Did he just say people would complain that people are taking people from the spa and he knew about this?
What?
How were you in a coma during the first administration? What in the world made you think that this man was pro fucking peace? What in the world made you think that this guy was gonna, go to Putin and stand up to him? Literally, whenever he got fucking elected, the day Trump got elected this time, basically the very moment that they announced that he won, in Russian propaganda TV, they started showing naked pictures of his wife. That was Putin flexing on this mother.
Right.
That was Putin saying, yeah, you won. Good job. Check this out. Here's your wife's tits. It's Putin
saying, I own you, bitch.
Right. I do want to show this real quick because I don't know if everybody's seen this yet. I know everybody's probably seen or heard I haven't had the privilege of going to the fucking pedo island. Right. He said that. But here's this.
One of the things that I deeply believe is that you mostly...
Bro, failed demographic is not what having sex with children is, or covering up sex with children. That's not failing a demographic. That's failing fucking, basic.
That's AWOL thoughts. I love that comment. I want to.
The whataboutism for this one is crazy.
I want to print that out and frame that. That's so funny.
That's crazy.
Genuinely, you're talking about like a pedophile, and you're like, what?
You mean like the underage demographic?
Biden stuttered equals Trump having the privilege to go to like trafficking island. You know what I mean? Like
Biden was kind of shitty towards labor unions too. Or like.
That's crazy.
I'm cracking up over here.
You aren't stupid.
Oh my God.
You mostly are not going to call very obvious contradictions. If I tell you I've never tried a strawberry, and then the next week I come on the show and I go, I've never liked strawberries as I've tried them over the last 20 years, you would rightly say, David, last week you said you had never tried a strawberry. Now you're telling us you've got 20 years of eating strawberries and you don't like them. You would realize something here doesn't make sense. I must be lying. And that's sort of the place where we now are with Donald Trump and this Epstein stuff. The list doesn't exist, and Trump isn't on the list, and Trump is on the list, but only because Obama, Clinton, and Comey put him on it.
Exactly.
Those explanations don't make sense. And another one that we are now getting to is Trump supposedly broke off a connection with Jeffrey Epstein because he's a creep. But now Trump is telling us it's actually because he was hiring people out from under.
I just want to warn all of you for your own sake, man. Like, you can't use the same old tired fucking distractions on this one. I'm sorry. It just really makes you look really fucking stupid.
It's not going away. This one's not. We've talked about stuff not going away. This one is definitely not going away. This is going to be around. It might even be the legacy of his presidency.
This is the stank that lasts, buddy.
Yeah.
Under me. And maybe the biggest single bombshell in this entire slow slide into the truth is that now Trump acknowledged on Air Force One that actually the people that Epstein hired out from under Trump, in some cases, were the very sorts of underage women, girls, that are at the core of the sex trafficking, of the abuse of the entire thing. Here is Trump saying, well, the hiring out from under me was out of my spa. And actually, it seems maybe one of the people was indeed Virginia Giuffre, who tragically took her own life in April and is...
Reggie, I appreciate the being alert on it, man. And I feel you, but like, honestly, let these guys just show their ass. We don't need to mod them right now. Let them show their ass.
Sort of a key character, victim. I don't know what you would call her in this entire fiasco. Listen to this. Dear God.
Mr. President, Epstein has a certain reputation, obviously.
Actually, I'm going to put a couple of these on screen while we watch this. That'll be fun.
Just curious, were some of the workers that were taken from you, were some of them young women? Were some of them young Well, I don't want to say, but everyone knows the people that were taken, and it was the concept of taking people that work for me is bad, but that story's been pretty well out there, and the answer is yes, they were.
Oh,
yeah.
The answer is, understand, Trump's equivocating.
Whoa.
A lot of the people that were taken were from Mar-a-Lago.
Some of the people
better,
I said
worse.
Epstein took from me were underage.
In the spa. Yeah, people that work in the spa. I have a great spa, one of the best spas in the world at Mar-a-Lago, and people were taken out of the spa.
Oh my God, I've never seen this before. Holy shit.
And other people would come and complain, this guy is taking people from the spa. I didn't know that.
What an asshole.
When I heard about it,
He's saying he knew about people complaining about this? Hold on. Did he just say that? Did he just say people would complain that people are taking people from the spa and he knew about this?
He's talking about, well, when I found out about it, I said, hey, buddy, don't be doing that, buddy.
Oh my God.
Hey, when he took my underage massage workers from my spa, I was really mad, and I told him we can't be friends anymore. You can't come in here stealing my underage girls from my spa. Buddy.
It's the best spa in the world because people get trafficked from it. That's why, right? That's what he's saying.
That's exactly what he's saying. I mean, yeah, he wasn't upset that Epstein was a pervert or a sex pest or anything like that. He was upset that his staff were being poached by Epstein, his underage staff that he knew were underage.
Apparently, like he just said, you heard it. You fucking heard it. That's the best. And like I said, the best, most charitable. I don't know why I would be charitable to this motherfucker, but he's got brain worms out the ass at this point. And I kind of don't think he realizes what he's saying. You know what I mean? Like I don't think he realizes what he's saying. He's just
what he's saying
in and out
shows a level of disconnect, because it to me almost reads like he's from a culture where this type of shit, oh, this is just normal. We do this shit, you know.
He's having flashbacks to it. Like he's like, oh yeah, back then this is what we did.
Well, that's why he gets so angry when they're like, why are they talking about this? What's so fucking long ago? He's dead. Why are they talking about this? He doesn't realize, oh, it's because the thing that is at stake here, the question is literal atrocious crimes, like a mass amount of them in the thousands. Lives ruined. Literally, the woman that gets brought up here in a second, because it's not over yet. It gets worse.
I mean, this is a valid question too. I mean, yeah, they had to like vet the people that were working in the spa. He was hiring very young girls to work in what was, I assume, an adult spa.
Who was his Ghislaine Maxwell? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I do want to point this out as well, because I know I'm going to sound like a broken record here because I made this point about conservatism a minute ago, but like the thing is, like, this is what I meant. Like, even as we speak, like the Republican Party in America is trying to like bring back child labor. What do you think is going to happen with guys like this around underage workers? What do you think that's going to entail? Like, just run it through your, like, this is one of the reasons why I'm like so against like young people like needing to work, why we need to have bigger social safety nets. We need to have more support for single parents and disabled people and all kinds of stuff, because like this is the type of shit that fucking happens. You know, and every time you see a Republican go on Fox News where they're like, you know, back in the old days, we used to have kids working. Back in the old days, like the abuse of children was so rampant. Like, it's so crazy. I don't like
the maiming of children and working in factories was like a fucking epidemic for a period. You know, like in the early 20th century, it was just, you know, children losing arms and fingers and hands and shit like that. If they lived, you know, during accidents.
When you're taking our people, whether it was spa or not spa, I don't want him taking people. And he was fine, and then not too long after that, he did it again, and I said, out of here.
Hold on.
You know, person, does that include Virginia Jeffrey?
I don't know.
Wait.
I think she worked at the spa. I think so. I think that was one of the people. Yeah.
Oh my fucking God.
And by the way, she had no complaints about us.
She had no complaints about us.
Look, he's implicating himself in sex trafficking a minor. That's crazy.
So wait, he said though, one of the things he said there was that they complained about a guy taking people, and then it happened again, meaning that he didn't do anything about it when he first heard about it. When he first heard this guy was doing it, he did nothing, and then it happened again.
I just want to point out before I fucking blame these motherfuckers. I want to point out what you two motherfuckers, you fucking scumbags, are sitting here doing because you're so fucking brain rotten to conservative propaganda. You are saying that even though we have a sitting president admitting to hiring underage females, minor children, to work, do massages, and that they were taken from his place of employment to Epstein's place of employment and further, exploited, probably, I would say probably worse than what Trump was doing. I would give that, right? But still exploited nonetheless, and fucking abused sexually, raped, okay? To the point where they're traumatized for life, and in some cases, as the woman that he just acknowledged worked for him and was taken to Epstein, killed herself because of this not too long ago. You are saying that, left and right both have some issues. Find me when this happened for any Democrat president.
Mm-hmm.
Find me anything remotely like this for the fucking the executive office of the United States of America.
And the
Find me
cover
that
up
shit.
that's happening, the cover up that is happening as well.
You fucking brainless fucking retards. I'm sorry. You're out of here.
I just think that's so interesting to look at like an actively unfolding case of like people talking about raping children, and you're just like, well, both sides. What do you mean?
Yeah.
That's so crazy. Like,
I don't know if centrists see it that way, buddy. That might be a little bit of misanalysis there.
I mean, the thing to understand is
right.
that everybody who calls himself a centrist is either completely indoctrinated to. Well, there are centrists who are reasonable. I want to be 100% here. There are people who are centrists who are actual centrists, but a lot of people actually use the centrist level just push right wing shit.
Right. Well, like the quote unquote left wing figures who are implicated in the Epstein stuff is people like the Clintons, and like. Those people are as in the context of the political left. Hillary Clinton wasn't even pro-gay marriage until it was already over. Like, they're not leftists.
Well, I mean, to bring it back to the beginning,
I want to say it took Obama a while to move on gay marriage too. Like, yeah, it's Jesus.
Yeah.
It's
to bring it back to
who's the SNL lady, Kate McKinnon, who did the Hillary Clinton impression.
Mm-hmm.
When she had Clinton on SNL, she did the bar scene where she sat down with her, and she like they had like they made it like a joke, but like Hillary wouldn't admit that she was like in the wrong for opposing gay marriage. That's so great. Like those people are they're right wingers. They're liberal right wingers,
To bring it back, I mean, like this point right here on screen, left in America now just means not far right. Absolutely. I mean, and it's increasingly becoming that. That's what the effect of the Overton windows shift to the right, or hard push to the right over the last decade has been, is that now left is so under. I uploaded a video yesterday. Hasn't gotten a whole lot of views, but it's a clip from me and Bob the Old Ways watching Joe Rogan talk to a literal CIA guy that comes on his show on a regular basis and just feeds him narratives and shit. And Joe Rogan's like, yeah, okay, and somebody under that video said, because I guess one of us said early on in the video, being on the left or something like that, goes, oh, on the left, that's all I need to hear. I'm out. Okay, that's the kind of fucking brain rot we're talking about here.
Mm-hmm.
Literally nothing we can say could possibly be of any value to them. Like I listen to right wingers say shit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Even if I expect to disagree with them, I'll still listen. But nonetheless. Going back to the Sydney Sweeney thing, this is a good point, because think about this. And this is a testament to the effectiveness of right-wing propaganda and narratives, because that is seen as left-wing shit. People that say, oh man, it's kind of a weird look to, and like we did not make a huge deal out of it. We just said that's kind of, if anything, it's our criticism is of capitalist marketing being kind of.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
But the chuds and everybody on the right and even the center will say, oh, look, the left's all upset because they're saying that some kind of Nazi fucking advertising campaign or whatever. And that not only gets equated with just the left, generally, including liberals, blah, 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 but the Democratic Party. And as if, speaking of like Andrew Schultz, these motherfuckers, the way their brains work is if somebody says, or fucking Tony Hinchcliffe, he got all pissy because, oh, now YouTube says these 4 words. You're not supposed to be able to say these 4 words anymore. Their brains go, oh, Susan Wojcicki got a fucking call from Joe Biden saying that they can't say these words anymore.
Right.
I mean, like
their conspiracy theories, the outlandish ones, those are totally reasonable and believable. But us just going, hey, maybe it was propaganda. There's no proof of it. Most likely capitalism. You know what I mean? Like,
but I mean, that's what I'm saying is that they equate anything that vaguely looks leftish as being the Democrat Party, which is, I think, a big part of why Trump's in power.